Hello, cybersecurity people. It's Mr. Good, and talking about 1.2.4, which is a 3-day thing, although it's not that hard. So I don't really have to show you too much till the end, because you can go through this step by step, and you've probably done a lot. Be careful about typos, because sometimes there's sneaky ones like this one. And then this extension, HTTPS everywhere, is actually a good extension. You should put it on your own computer. It basically makes them more secure and encrypted so people can't steal your stuff. And then browser security settings. Most of that's pretty straightforward. You do want to be careful about which things are allowed, really. Blocking and asking is usually a good way to go. Especially asking. Blocking makes it so it just doesn't work, and sometimes I need them to work. So one thing I did want to look at with you is cookies real quick, and then we'll look at the site certificates, which come in later. But cookies are little bits of information about you and your browsing history that gets saved on a website so they can, quote, make your experience better and easier, but really they're just taking data on you. Stealing it, selling it, who knows what. So you want to be careful in that. You could go incognito. You just go to google.com, right? And we want to look at, if you want to look at all the cookies that are saved already, you go over here to settings. And we go to site settings, which is under advanced. Oops. Oh, privacy and security. There we go. So, privacy and security, site settings. If I want to look at my cookies and check out what cookies are already on this computer on me, on our virtual machine, you can see Google has a cookie to make it come up. Add this, average. Look at all these things. Look at all these cookies. This is just from like opening it up now. PLTW's got a cookie on me. That's probably good so it can remember my login name. And all that stuff. Like, look at all this stuff. So like LinkedIn, I don't want LinkedIn to be there. So one of the things I want to do is remove it. I wonder if we can block them. You can remove all. So we'll remove all the LinkedIn cookies. Now they'll pop back up again unless you go to your settings and you actually make it so LinkedIn can't save cookies on you. So yeah, you can delete these one at a time. There's like 43 cookies on that one. So that's kind of the cookie thing. Yeah, so you can, there's nothing stopping those, but let's see. History, clearing your browsing data. You guys hopefully know how to do that. Here we go to site certificates. This is kind of weird. So if I get out of here, boom. And if I click on this right here, one thing you can do is see how many cookies are just when you do google.com. You can open this up and look at them. Look at all these. Consent and all this stuff. So there's all sorts of cookies that are already there. Anyway, I wonder if there's any blocked. Oh, we can block them later. So anyway, that is not what I cared about in here. We were just talking about about cookies, but there is a certificate, and this is basically there's a place that gives out certificates, or basically authenticates that these websites are who they say they are. So if someone says they're Google, they kind of have to go through a process, and there's a few different companies that actually check and have some sort of process where they're like, this site is who it says it is. You can see how that would be important if it were like a bank and they let just anyone open up an account or open up a web page, and you know that could lead to stealing money and stuff. So there needs to be someone out there who actually verifies that these companies are who they say they are on the website, and if they're an HTTPS, then with that little lock on there, then they're going to have a certificate from one of these certificate authorities. It also will tell you how long it's valid from. They don't like last forever. So this one's valid from 9/3/2020 to 11/26/2020. So you're wondering, like, what would happen if you were before that or after that certificate number? Would you still be able to use a site, and what that's like? So that's one of the things you can do to check if a site is trustworthy, is do they have a certificate, and is it within the valid range? So that one is valid. But what we can do is we can change our time on our computer and go back and see what it's like again. So if we're on Google there, let's go in here to time utilities on my computer, and let's see, we're going to stop time update, and nothing's going to happen. At the bottom right, we can see our date and time, and then we can right click and change the time settings. Usually you can't do this to your computer, but we have this stop time thing. Oh, there it went. So now if I go down to the bottom right, where normally I'm not allowed to change my time, I'm going to set it for a time that was outside of this certificate. So definitely January 2021, January 1st is outside of my allowable time. There we go, change this time settings. We're going to say, okay, it's January 1st. There it is, and hit OK. And hit OK. Okay, now if I go back here and I click on this, oops, what's going on? Can I not type anymore? Gotta hit refresh, hold on. Oh, okay. Just when I started doubting it. Okay, now if I click this and look at my certificate, it's good till 11/25. This certificate has expired or is not yet valid. So it's now a dangerous place to go. And it should turn to not secure. Oh, I think I have to type Google in again. Oh, let me try that again. www.google.com. There we go. So this is what happens when you're not within the certificate, valid certificate rates. It'll tell you it's not secure, not really a trusted thing. Now we did that on purpose to make our date the wrong, but I wanted to show you if their certificate is not valid, it'll tell you, and that's suspicious, and I wouldn't mess around with that site at all. So yeah, take a screenshot of that, and then you'll do some stuff with downloads that's not too crazy, but you definitely should do it. Downloading from trusted sites is a huge thing. You don't want any of those shady sites, because you could download a virus very easily, especially when you're trying to get free stuff. That's where people with viruses love to go. Anyway, that's this lesson. It's probably something you have done a little, should do more of, and it's pretty easy stuff. Not high on the technical end. All right, so that's it, and I will talk to you guys later.